As you can see, I am in Seattle, since you can see the Space Needle. But why am I in Seattle? Because I am attending the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. As you can see, the Retro Gaming Convention can be quite busy at times. There's some games here. Oh, and here's a little useful tip. Try to start your, spending with games that don't cost that much. Because you never know, there might be a game that might be worth the bargain, and hey, if the game is not that great, at least you didn't spend much for it. Game Over Video Games has, of course, retro games. Not only that, but consoles, such as the PlayStation 2, even a GameCube, even a Dreamcast. Heck, even Sony PlayStation. Rock on. And even the Super Nintendo, one of my favorite consoles. And its competitor, the Sega Genesis. Actually, this particular booth also has a store that I actually visit sometimes near the theater that I usually go to. So I often visit there. They're kind of cool, and they actually got some nifty items. And if there is a Game Over Video Games store nearby you, feel free to check them out. Isn't that right?
You're the best.
Yep. On-demand cartridge game cases. I actually got something from this booth, and I will actually tell you more about that at the end of the video. Last year when I went to the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, I got myself a Laserdisc copy of Forrest Gump. Even in a retro gaming convention, you can actually find Laserdiscs floating around. But not every retro gaming convention will have Laserdiscs, so just keep a lookout for any of these if you are a Laserdisc aficionado. I am checking out the Living Computers museum booth, and what they have here is Tennis for Two, which looks very, very, very old. Care to explain what the Tennis for Two is?
Yeah, so this is actually a modern hardware recreation of a game from 1958. We have it hooked up to an oscilloscope, and essentially it's a two-player back-and-forth tennis game. It's very primitive. There's actually no software. It's all done in hardware.
Oh, wow.
It's really, really interesting. And one of our engineers at the museum, Keith, actually created this based on the original schematics for the original game. So it's very true to form, but it's using modern parts.
Yeah, and this sign pretty much says it for itself. It doesn't get more retro than this.
1958. Very, very early.
Dang. And it looks like we have a little robot here.
So this is part of our new floor we just opened, has sort of modern technology. So we have exhibits on robotics, virtual reality, self-driving cars, things like that. And here we have a Robotist Mini who has been programmed to do a few little tasks.
Oh, wow. Hey, he's waving the camera too.
Yeah. So that's pretty cool. We have lots of different robots and things like that at the museum. And here we have, this is an Apple Bandai Pippin. So this is a video game console released in 1996 by Apple and Bandai.
Oh yeah.
It's very, very bizarre. It's a really weird machine. So the controller has a trackball in it. So you can use that to navigate around. You can browse the internet on this if you hook up a modem. There's paint programs, word processor.
Oh wow.
Lots of cool stuff. And here's also a keyboard and digitizing tablet, so you can actually draw things with this.
Oh wow.
So it's a really weird machine that we just recently got restored.
Yeah. Oh, and to my left, I'm seeing this little guy shaking.
Yeah, I think the servo might be going bad on that arm, but
he's not going paranoid, is he?
We can work it out.
He's not paranoid right now, is he?
He might be. He might be a little camera shy.
In a retro gaming convention such as Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, there's even some booths where you get to try out a game, such as Tiny Bubbles. How is the game like?
Well, it's kind of like a color matching game, but with really interesting game mechanics that evolve over time. It gets more and more difficult as the longer you play. There's really two parts of the game. One part is kind of more like Tetris, where there's a fish that blows bubbles, and you're trying to keep the bubbles from from getting too big. It's a cluster of bubbles, and it uses an interesting physics system to simulate the bubbles. And the other part of the game is more like a puzzle where you're given a certain number of moves, and you have to figure out have to solve the goal.
All right. Is it all right if I give the game a try?
Yeah, give it a shot.
All right. Do I click this?
Yep.
All right. That was easy.
Starts out really easy. So if you zoom out there, hit the little minus,
Okay.
you can see there's 180 levels. So it starts out really easy, and then it
Yeah.
ends up getting pretty difficult. So
All right.
it's not your average like Candy Crush, like check your brain at the door.
Yeah.
It's definitely more of a cerebral, strategic game.
Oh, that's good. And
Yeah.
at least it's not like, oh, I'm just gonna waste my time on this. And,
Yeah, it's very challenging.
yeah.
Well, at least in the later worlds.
Oh, I see. I have to click the color and then hit on the. All right. It's kind of nice how the game is very easy at first, and then you actually learn more as the game.
Yeah, this is kind of like, it doesn't feel like it, but it's a tutorial kind of teaching you how to play
That's good.
as you go.
Oh, it won the game competition for Seattle Indie. Nice.
Yeah.
All right. There's three here. All right, I know how this is done. Oh, whoops. What did I do? Oh, I guess
So you have to connect, you have to let 4 or more touch, and then they deflate. That's the core mechanic of the whole game. So you can restart for free as much as you want. And you notice on the left you've got 3 colors. Those are your 3 moves. And the current move is the red one in the circle there.
Oh, I see. That's what threw me off a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then your next move is purple. There you go.
All right. All right. Yeah, I take it, for those that have color blindness, this might not be the game for them because the different colors
Are you colorblind?
No, I'm not.
Well,
But I know someone that is.
so this game was inspired by my grandfather, who was a soap bubble scientist,
Yeah?
and he was also colorblind.
Oh, wow.
So I've actually got a mode for colorblind
Oh, that's
folks.
nice.
And I've got several friends who are colorblind, and one of the things that they say is they don't like games that sort of like have patterns or
Yeah, I was gonna say because those green and brown colors kind of reminded me of those color blindness tests where say can you see these
Right.
numbers? And that's what made me think of that question.
So I'm working with them to develop actually a new color palette. So you notice there it says mix yellow and blue to make green. I never say yellow and blue and green. I use symbols instead.
Oh, nice.
That's because if you're colorblind, it actually changes. You can select a different palette that lets you see, and then they mix to a darker color when they mix.
That's good. That's good.
So there's actually it still feels like you're making bubbles. It doesn't feel like there's symbols on the.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, well, I just mentioned the mixing. There you go.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out how that works.
So the bubbles are sort of filled with like this colored gas
All
that.
right. So how long is the free version up till?
Well, you can play the whole game for free. The thing is that you can get hints to help you, and you can watch ads to get hints, but it never shows you an ad unless you want to. And then the other thing is you have to beat all the puzzles in a world to go to the next world.
Yeah.
But you can pay 99 cents to like unlock the next world. So it's basically free to try, or you can pay like $4 to unlock all the worlds. So yeah. I like that model because you get to try the game and you don't have to pay up front.
Oh, I messed missed that one, did I? Yeah.
So this is the first one that gets a little tricky, so.
I messed up again, did I?
So the trick here is that you can put blue into a blue bubble. So you can fill a bubble that already has color in it.
Oh, there we go. For a second there, I was like, huh? How does this one work? Oh, what? Are you serious? Okay. Fine. Move faster. Yeah. Oh, that one didn't work, did it? I said move faster. Oh, I see. I got it.
So if you do one at a time on that, then they'll shrink and you won't be able to match them up. So.
Wait, what's the center?
So there's some new mechanics it's introducing here, which are interesting. So there's two types of moves in the game. There's filling bubbles and cutting edges. So this is the first.
I'll pop that one because it's the only one that has the color. Oh, wait, what? What's going on? Oh. No? Where? This is an interesting mechanic here. Oh, no?
Almost. So you gotta mix the yellow and the blue.
This is the only one I haven't done, so okay. What? No? Oh, wait, this is the one.
So any white edge there can be cut. So try cutting the one in between the two bubbles there.
There we go.
Yeah, and then those colors mix.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. All right. Yeah.
So this one introduces that you can cut an outside edge and pop a bubble, which you did earlier too. So your first move is the cut, and the second move is the yellow. Your current move is always in the white there.
That did not do it. Oh man.
So you can get a hint down there. Use the green. Yeah. And use the tickets. They're unlimited for the demo.
Alright.
And it'll tell you.
Oh, that's where I had to cut, huh?
And now your move is yellow.
Well, that explains it.
Yeah, there you go. So try that level over there with the fish on it.
Fish? Alright. This is blue. Oh, jeez. This should be fun. Oh, this is a lock with the number 20. Is that,
So this is what I was saying, where half the game is uses the fish. Every time you make a move, they'll make a move.
Oh yeah, actually I already completed it. Well, that explains it. I thought I kept messing up, but okay, you got that one right. Alright, so, I think I've played enough for a demo.
Okay.
Thank you. I'm also trying out the game Puzzle Depot. Now, how does this game work?
It's a box pushing puzzle game.
All right.
So it's kind of post-apocalyptic.
Ooh.
Really, Otto's the one to talk to.
Does it have? Does it?
The guy you're going to want to talk to right here. These are the brains.
Does it have a Doof Warrior in it?
It does not.
Aww.
It does have lots of bugs though.
Oh.
Not the crashing kind of bugs, more the crawly kind of bugs.
And yes, I am aware it is a demo and it's currently in progress.
Yeah, we're actually pretty far along. Looking at releasing later this year, probably late summer, early fall.
All right. Is there anybody give the game a shot?
Yeah.
All right. Oh, it's even 4x3 aspect ratio, kind of like an old school.
We're going old school with it. Final build will have some kind of border on the side there, so it'll look a little nicer. But
you're welcome. I keep drifting off for whatever reason. Kind of sing yada yada to point out, like, self-aware about tutorials.
yeah, there's a lot of that kind of humor in this.
Yeah.
Kind of a dry wit. So if you hold X, press a direction, that's your kick.
Okay.
Barrels are good to kick.
I just fell.
Yeah, well, watch out for those cracked floors. There you go. Simple room, just kick the barrels. Now that green one's in your way.
I just screwed myself, did I? Yeah.
Yep, and you explode.
Ow, what the hell? Oh, why? Oh, man. Hey, I don't think anyone's going to complain about me making blunders. I think some people might find that funny. I'm just going to fall down again. Why not?
Nope, now you can't even do that. You can do that. Little known fact, radiation makes human bodies explode violently.
Yeah. Okay. Oh my god! Why? Okay, screw this. Oh man. I think I know what to do. I'm just gonna take a hit and then just deal with that.
Yep, that works.
Oh man.
This is that middle one.
I don't know what I'm doing. Like there was some
There you go.
kick. Oh, there we go.
Done and done.
All right.
Medkit's useful, but you don't need it quite yet. You may soon.
Key card.
Yeah. Don't try to fight these guys.
Oh, whoa.
Yeah, they want you dead. Yeah, those are the bugs I was talking about.
Alright.
So in this case, you're just going to have to take the hit. So stand on that X there.
Okay.
Triangle or circle or not triangle, what is it? Square or circle. Select an item, triangle will use it. Or do that.
Alright. Hello, SRGE. A couple of quick announcements. The strange history of SRGE with
stand on that X.
about 5 minutes. We'd love to have you over here.
Square, select that item, and then hit triangle.
Thank you to everybody that participated in the
There you go.
qualifiers.
Clears that ooze for you.
So finals will start at 2:30 over in the replay area, same as the other qualifiers. All right, if your name is on this list and you are not over there by
On their own, they're not so bad. But once they get a buddy, that's when they get mean.
Tetris, we have Jonathan Wilson, Jeff Bennett, Jason Lilliam, Joel Bertoldo, Ben Conlon, Matthew Simon, Kevin Hexler, and Sam Kim. And Dr. Connor finalists are Sprinkles, Nick T,
I don't know why I keep falling for that.
Josh Thomas, Derek Clapper, Lynn Fox, Justin Pearson, and Chris
Why?
Congratulations.
I keep falling for those guys.
Alternates here. We usually have some no-shows. So if your name's on this list, come on over and you might make it in. Lucas
That
Duncan,
guy is like,
William Wilkins, Jordan Bonds, and Nick Coletta. Thank you.
okay, I gotta find a way how to get past that. That's,
Just,
oh, what the hell? Okay, I think I know what I'm doing. It's just I keep, oh, okay, I think I know what I'm doing. I was supposed to go down, not left. That was why I keep, okay. Down. There we go.
nice. All right. This time you've got a weapon and a shield. You don't have to do anything fancy to use them. They're just automatic.
All right.
So now you have very little to fear from those roaches.
So I just use X and just swing them.
Yep. That'll one-shot them.
How do I?
So hold X and then just press the direction that you want to attack. There you go.
All right. Where's the? Oh.
Yep. Those guys will eat your items.
All right. What?
You're gonna need to leave at least one of those roaches alive.
Oh no! I'm screwed, am I?
Yep. That's gonna need a restart.
All right. Well, I think I get the gist, but yeah. Thanks for letting me play.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. The Seattle Retro Gaming Expo also has arcades like last year. Even though this says the PlayStation, this is in fact the Nintendo PlayStation. This is a prototype. What could have been if Nintendo and Sony were still partnered up back in the 90s. Of course, everyone knows that story when Nintendo and Sony pretty much broke up, and, well, everyone knows what the actual PlayStation became. And there's even a bit of a little story right here. I am here with the immortal John Hancock.
Hello, how's it going?
So, what did you think about the news of the Metro 2 remake?
I think it's awesome. I'm excited about it. I'm a big fan of Project AM2R though. So I'm excited, but it's cool, but it's not like, oh my gosh, mind blowing. Like, I kind of played an awesome 2D remake of the Game Boy already. I'm happy for it. I'm happy for Nintendo. I'm going to support it. But I'm not like, oh my gosh, it's the second coming of Christ.
Yeah, and actually when I heard Metroid Prime 4, I was like, yeah.
Yeah,
When I heard the news of Metroid 2, I was like, wait, a remake? What?
Yeah,
No.
I'm excited about Metroid Prime 4. I would have rather seen more than a title screen.
Yeah. I've been going here since 2013, and I always come home with something like treasure. So I love coming here. I plan on coming back next year. So all right, thank you. Yeah, you too. I am also with Kenzilla for a brief moment to probably talk about a little bit of Final Fantasy. And she did a panel with the immortal John Hancock not too long ago before this little particular clip, but she mentioned that Final Fantasy IX is her favorite game. And I remembered a while back, maybe beginning of 2016, when Square Enix announced the Steam release of Final Fantasy IX. I was shocked. I actually remember seeing the trailer. I was actually starting to cry a little bit, like, oh my god, this isn't happening. But as much as Final Fantasy VI is my favorite game, but I would say Final Fantasy IX is like the second favorite.
Final Fantasy IX is awesome. It came out on Steam, it also came out on mobile. So I bought it on my phone, so now that's what I play on the bus.
Yeah. And I think we can both agree BB's awesome.
Baby, it's so awesome!
channel in the description down below. And plus, that guy's not talking while I'm talking. Oh well. I met up with John Riggs, who specializes in what particular?
You know what? A lot of people know me as the guy who makes video game hacks, put them onto cartridges. Even brought a few of them here today. Look at this. You did Kinsey from the Metal Jesus channel. You can actually play as Kinsey in Kinsey's Bear Run.
Oh yeah!
How crazy is that?
I actually talked with her
She's here
not too long
today.
ago.
She's here today at the Portland Retro Gaming Expo.
I actually met her recently.
What about OJ Pro-Am? You want to drive around the RC Pro-Am rack in the white Bronco there?
Oh.
Knock yourself out.
Oh, is OJ Simpson?
That's OJ Simpson. So I do a lot of that, and I put them on carts, and it gives me a chance to come to places like this. So.
Yeah, and you have a YouTube channel, right?
I do. Yep. Yeah. Just search for Rigged Games or John Riggs on YouTube.
Yeah, I recognize your videos with the open cart surgery. So
absolutely, and a couple of the games here are courtesy of open cart surgery.
Yeah. And those would be those games, right?
Some around here. This was one of the games I fixed. Nobody's asked me for it yet, though. That's the policy on my channel is if I fix the game and you ask about it, I give it to you for free. Nobody's asked me about this free game yet.
Oh, really?
Nobody's asked me about the free...
Is there if I go for it?
That was for you. Thank you, man.
Right.
It's all you.
Thank you, man.
I appreciate it.
Yeah, thanks.
Take care, man.
Score! This is the free play room, even though it is currently closed at the time I'm recording this. But, yep, like last year and many other years, you can actually play some games for a limited amount of time. I actually enjoy going to this area at times, so yeah. Well, anyway, the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo is pretty much closed, and I'm actually heading out. Yep. Everything's wrapping up. I shall probably get out of here then. There's really no more point in me sticking around any longer, so I shall get going. It's raining. I woke up at 5 a.m. just to get ready to go to Surge. I am almost home. My feet hurt. I am tired. But there is one more thing I have to do. I picked up some games. In my experience of the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo 2017, I have acquired 6 games. And I'm going to start out with the game that I actually got as a giveaway, Killer Instinct Gold. Special thanks to John Riggs for actually giving away this game for free. Yes, he actually gave this game to me for free. Now, I actually discovered a video of his where he was actually doing an open cart surgery on Killer Instinct Gold, and I read the comments, and apparently people were asking for Killer Instinct Gold, so I apologize if there was a lack of communication on anyone's part on that, but I guess I was the lucky winner for this cart. Also, this cartridge has a couple little signatures on it, which I think is a nice little special touch for someone who actually made a YouTube video about this and gave it away. So, yeah, thank you. Moving on to the games I actually paid money for, I have 2 PlayStation 2 titles, both by Naughty Dog and part of the same franchise. Jak and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy, and Jak 2. I have rented Jak and Daxter, The Precursor Legacy before, and I have beaten it while I rented it, and I'd say it was a fun little adventure game back when I played it. As for Jak 2, I have rented it in the past. I've never beaten it, but I've been wanting to. Unfortunately, I was not able to find Jak 3, but had I found it, I would have bought Jak 3 as well to complete that trilogy. These next 2 titles are also for the PlayStation 2, and in my teenage years, I had the most fun playing these games back when the PlayStation 2 era was alive and well. And those 2 games are Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts 2. Now, I actually owned these 2 games previously in the past. The reason I got them again is because my original copy for Kingdom Hearts I had let someone borrow and they never returned it back to me, and I decided to get myself another used copy so I can actually play the game again. As for Kingdom Hearts 2, the disc was scratched in a few areas and some of the cutscenes were skipped, so I decided to get myself a new used copy so I can play this one again. Now, another reason I got these 2 games is because I am actually planning on reviewing the Kingdom Hearts franchise at some point this year. Now, when I start reviewing the Kingdom Hearts games, I do ask you to just be patient with me as I go through that entire series, because I don't own every console that Kingdom Hearts is on. The last title that I have yet to share on the games that I have acquired at the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo 2017 is a game for the Super Nintendo. And this one actually chewed up my entire budget after I bought those other games. This is what capped my budget. I could not spend any more games after I bought this one because this one cost me $60. I'm not joking. That game is yes, I own a physical copy of Secret of Mana. Here's a little interesting story of how I was able to acquire this game. So when I was looking around the entire Retro Gaming Expo at the Fisher Pavilion in the Seattle Center, which is where Seattle Retro Gaming Expo 2017 was located, I found other vendors that were actually selling this same game but for a higher price, because obviously there was game boxes that I saw with the game inside. And it turned out that the copy I bought was actually the cheapest copy of Secret of Mana that was available in the entire Seattle Retro Gaming Expo in 2017. So I am just speechless on how I was able to find the cheapest copy at such a time, because this game is actually not cheap to get if you're trying to get a used copy, because there are prices that are floating around for like $70 or higher, and I was able to find a copy for $60. So I was very lucky that I was able to find a used copy of Secret of Mana for a affordable price for how valuable the game really is. Now, if I recall, Secret of Mana is the first role-playing game to have multiplayer in it. I might be wrong on that one, I'll have to do more research, but if I recall, that was the case with Secret of Mana. So, I'm actually not done yet. There's actually a few little extra details I would like to share. One of the extra goodies I got at SRGE 2017 is a little mini print of a drawing of BB-8. And I actually got this from my mom. There is actually another goodie I also got, but I'm actually not going to reveal it in this video, but I will reveal it in another video very soon. The BB-8 drawing that I have a mini print of is from Krista D, and I will provide links to her websites in the description down below. I have one last thing to say for my Seattle Retro Gaming Expo 2017 vlog, and it has to do with that custom game case I was telling you about earlier in that vlog. So there's a bit of a history before I talk about this. So late December of 2016, shortly before the new year, I actually bought a used copy of my favorite video game of all time through Amazon. and I have a physical copy of my favorite video game ever. So, that custom game case is actually something for that game. That game is... Even though it is labeled Final Fantasy III in North America for the Super Nintendo, Final Fantasy VI is my favorite video game of all time. And I even got a custom game case to go with it, so no dust can get in it. So I can actually protect my game and make it last longer. Voila! So why is Final Fantasy VI my favorite video game of all time? Is it because I found the plot very interesting? I love the characters. It is very good looking for a Super Nintendo game, even to this day. A lot of effort was put into the sprite work, for sure. And the soundtrack is amazing. And even though it has some thought-provoking elements, there is some emotional scenes in this game as well, and I even teared up over it. You know, and for a Super Nintendo game to do that, that is very rare, because I rarely get emotional over Super Nintendo games. This one just hits me on a level that not many games have done for me ever since I played it. Even if the game came out before or since Final Fantasy VI. I just love this game so much. And I just had to get a physical copy of the game, and I even had to get a custom game case for it, for crying out loud, just because I love that game so much. And that's going to do it for my Seattle Retro Gaming Expo 2017 vlog. I had a great time attending the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo for 5 consecutive years. I've been going to the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo since 2013, and I never leave this retro gaming convention empty-handed. I always find something that interests me, and I come home and I start playing them. That's how much I love going to this retro gaming convention. I hope to attend the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo in 2018 whenever that happens, but I look forward to it already. And also, special thanks to the immortal John Hancock, Kenzilla, and even John Riggs for actually, being part of the vlog. Thank you very much for taking the time to chat with me and all that stuff and all that goodness that is retro gaming. I love playing retro video games because there are some games that came out years ago that I kept hearing so much good things about that I never had a chance to play. Now I can because I've been going to this thing for 5 years. I just love going to this convention a lot. You pretty much get the idea of how much excitement I get out of going to this and coming back home and sharing it with you. If you are from the state of Washington, if you love retro games, you really should give the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo a shot. It is worth it. Just for the record, what you saw in the vlog, I actually asked if I could film specific booths before I went and did it anyway. I do this for 2 reasons. One, I didn't want to be rude and start filming whatever I saw at the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. Secondly, I did not want to get into trouble. There was actually one section I was reluctant to film at the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, and that was the artist booths. And that was because I think they don't really feel like having their artwork being filmed or been taken pictures with, because they probably worry that some people outside would try to replicate that artwork. So I respected that particular mindset, so that was why I did not film those particular sections at the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo. Other than that, honestly, when I was at the Seattle Retro Gaming Expo, I just had this feeling that it just felt good to be a retro gamer. That said, Full Metal Cowboy out. almost forgot to mention, the badges are blank floppy disks. And Seattle Retro Gaming Expo definitely has a bit of a sense of humor, because with this font you can tell that the font is based off Doom, which was originally in floppy disks.